Hey, what is up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys and Comics doing another Hot Toys 1/6 scale action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the movie masterpiece 1/6 scale armored Batman from the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie. Now this is the Sideshow exclusive version of this figure, which means it is the black chrome version. So instead of the standard gray armored plating, we do get a really slick black chrome armored plating on this figure. I did pre-order this just because I thought it looked a little bit more kind of Batman-y with the black chrome. And I also thought it was a little bit more kind of film accurate just because in the scenes where they're out in the rain fighting, it kind of had that real slick black metallic look to the suit, even though I know it was that kind of gunmetal gray that's on the normal figure. I just like the look of the black, according to the prototypes, a little bit better than the standard gray one. So this is the one I got. But let's go ahead and open up this figure and take a look. And here's the Sideshow exclusive black chrome armored Batman out of the packaging, and this thing is just flat out impressive. All the details on the suit are absolutely stunning. The LED lights are really bright and just look amazing. This is just one really cool Batman. But let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that come with this figure. First thing I want to take a look at is going to be the stand. Fairly basic stand from Hot Toys. Have the cradle here in the back, the Batman v Superman logo there in the center. Have the nice Dawn of Justice script right there at the top of the plaque with the armored Batman on the bottom. Now the only issue I have with the stand is it's absolutely massive. To give you kind of a frame of reference, here is the stand that came with the normal Batman, and as you can see, the armored Batman is almost double in size. Now the figure is a little bit bigger in stature than the normal Batman just because of all the armor plating, but it's not that big. And if we put the figure actually on the stand, as you can see, this is just way too big of a stand for the figure. I mean, it doesn't even take up the first, really it takes up a quarter of how big this stand is. And the issue I have with it is I do use glass cases from IKEA to display all my Hot Toys, and I really kind of wanted both Batman to be in the same shelf, but unfortunately with this stand, it just doesn't make it possible. Luckily, this guy stands pretty well on his own, so you really don't need to use it, but I just don't understand why Hot Toys gave us such a massive stand with this figure. Now, this figure is pretty light on accessories as far as weapons are concerned, and they do overlap with the normal Batman figure. So we do get this grenade launcher, and this is actually the exact same grenade launcher we got with the normal Batman figure. Same sculpt, same paint, everything else. Still looks really cool, but I mean, it's the exact. If you already have the Batman figure, you already have this grenade launcher. We do get two grenades. Again, the exact same thing we got with the normal Batman figure. One open, one closed. Details are pretty good. And then we also get the grappling gun. And this thing is detailed out really nicely with all the mechanics there. Paint looks really cool with the different silvers and grays that they used. That looks really good. And like I said, all the little sculpted mechanics in there look really cool as well. Hot Toys has given us two sets of hands, so we have these closed fists as well as a slightly open hand that I actually have on the figure right now, as well as three accessory hands. So we have this hand that will hold the grenade launcher, this one will hold the grappling hook, and then this one will actually kind of rest the barrel of the grenade launcher in the hand. These things are all detailed extremely nicely. Taking a look, we have the armor plating here on the back. That looks really good. I love the little plating on the knuckles of the figure. That looks absolutely fantastic there on the back of the fingers. Everything is sculpted out there, like the actual grips of the gloves. That looks really cool. I really like the little stitching and line work that they did in there. But the one thing I absolutely love is just like the little nicks and wear that Hot Toys put on the back of that armor plating. It just looks absolutely awesome. Hot Toys has also given us two expressions to play around with. The first being this slightly kind of open mouth look, and then we actually get this really nice grimace look. And these things are painted and detailed absolutely wonderful. I mean, just look at all the teeth there. Lips look really good. You have the Ben Affleck 5 o'clock shadow. That all looks really cool. And these things are extremely simple to change out. So all you gotta do is just kind of get your finger there in the mouth plate and just pull down. And then I say it's simple and it takes me a while to do it. But so we take a look, and there's actually magnets there at the top. So to change them out, all you got to do is just kind of slide this in and push it up. And then there's a magnet in the top of, like right underneath the eyes and right there in the nose area. And it just sticks real nice and looks really good. Really easy to switch out. And then the last feature that they did give us is the LED light up function in the eyes. Once again, all you got to do is pop off the head. And then if you look down here, there's actually a little on-off switch right there next to where the ball peg goes. And all you gotta do is just flip that. It's a little bit small, so it can be a little bit hard to get your finger in there, but that lights up, and that just is super bright and just really makes this figure pop. Taking a closer look at Batman, I feel Hot Toys just did a fantastic job with this armored suit. My only complaint is that the prototype images of the black chrome version showed this like really kind of nice, really sleek, really shiny black chrome basically. And I really feel that kind of now that I have the figure in hand, it's a little bit more of a matte black. Still looks fantastic. It's just not as shiny as I expected it to be from the prototype images. But let's go and take a closer look at this figure. So as we move here to the helmet, I think this just looks absolutely wonderful with all like the scrapes and scuffs there on the forehead. It just really looks good. Like I said, the LED light feature looks fantastic. Really think they captured Ben Affleck's look there in the mouth. I think it just really looks like him. I love the 5 o'clock shadow, and they did a wonderful sculpt design there. And going down, so we have the armored chest plating that looks fantastic. Once again, you get all the scrapes and scuffs from battle. I just love that they actually kind of like all the small little details, like actually having like the rivets there where the cape is connected to the armor plating. That looks fantastic. Really like some like that they use like some like white paint there in these scrapes just to make it stand out just a little bit more. Just going down here as far as the abdomen, once again, like all these little intricate pieces and paneling of the armor just looks absolutely fantastic. Over here on the side, you have the shoulder plates. Those look really good, again, with all the scuffs and scrapes. That looks really cool. You have the little elbow joint right there. That looks really good. That does move with the figure, so that's really nice. And then the gauntlets here are all battle damaged up. Really like the spikes on the back of them. And once again, with the hands, I just love that armor plating that they were able to capture. Now this is actually the same suit as the normal Batman figure underneath, so that's really cool. And in my review of that figure, I absolutely love the material that they used. It worked really well as far as the articulation and everything like that. So I'm pretty sure this is the exact same figure underneath. They just added the armor plating on top. And then going over here to the cape, this thing is really cool. It's like a really rough, almost kind of like burlap material. And you see like kind of like all the fading and wearing, and then going down here to the bottom of it, it's all frayed and scuffed, and that just looks really, really cool. And then going down here to the legs, these look awesome again. You get like all the little rivet details sculpted in, all the little scuff marks. Those look awesome. I just really like that they put all that in it because it just makes it like a really worn, like a battle damaged figure. It looks really cool. Again, knee pads and everything look really good. Boots look really cool, like the little spikes that they have there on the side. Again, going down, you get all the scuffs and scrapes that look really cool. And then on the bottom, you actually get the Frank Miller patented cleats, like metal spike cleats, and that's just an awesome inclusion in this figure. Taking a closer look at the articulation on this figure, I'll be honest with you up front, it's not the greatest, but I also feel like it's not supposed to be due to the fact that it is Batman and basically a walking tank armor. So as far as head articulation, he can look side to side. He can look up. Now you actually have to get the back part of the helmet there underneath that little back flap of the neck. But once he does, he looks up a fairly decent amount. He can look down actually quite a bit. Now then that's where the articulation starts to dip just a little bit. So as far as the arms, he can go out about 90 degrees, but unfortunately, as you can see, you get a lot of bunching, and when I let it go, it just kind of goes back. So this is about as far as I feel comfortable getting his arms out, just because there's a lot of pooling there on his armpits as far as that undersuit material, and I really don't want to rip that. As far as moving his arms forward, he can just a little bit, and once again, not a whole lot. You don't get a whole lot of play there with and I'm really pushing on it, so like I said, you can get it about right there, but once again, you get like a lot of bunching and just stretching of that under material, so you don't get a whole lot of movement there. He does have a double joint there at the elbow, but once again, because of the armor, it doesn't really move a whole lot, so you get probably about, just what the normal single joints, so you get about 90 degree there at the elbow. There is a bicep rotation. Once again, because of some of the armor plating, you don't get a whole lot of movement there. And then as far as the hands, they do rotate, but they really don't go up and down just because this gauntlet here really kind of hinders that. As far as the abdomen, there is a little bit of an ab crunch, but once again, with these different armor plating, you don't really get a whole lot of movement there. You can go back just a little bit. Once again, just doesn't allow a whole lot. There's really not. I'm sure that there is waist rotation in this figure, but because of the armor plating, you just don't get a whole lot of movement there. As far as the legs, he can kick forward just a little bit.
So if you do, and once again, about that much, and even that kind of just popped back there. But once again, you just get a lot of pulling there in that undersuit. And then as far as there is a little bit of a thigh rotation there. He is double jointed at the knees, but once again, you get about a 90-degree angle from the thigh to the calf, just because of how the suit is all designed. And then as far as the feet, you do get rotation. There is ankle pivot, and you can go up and down, actually a fairly good amount there.
And just a quick comparison of the normal Hot Toys Batman v Superman, Batman with the armored version. And as you can see, Batman stands quite a bit taller and is a lot wider. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same figure underneath as this one. Just has all the armored plating and armored suit just added to it.
So that is going to do it for my review of the Hot Toys 1/6 scale movie masterpiece armored Batman from the Batman v Superman movie. And once again, this is the Sideshow Collectables version, so it is the black chrome. Overall, I think this figure is absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, when I look at it in my display, it just kind of commands presence. It's really big. It just, the sculpting design and the armor plating just looks fantastic. Now, there are some definite issues as far as the articulation, because there really isn't a whole lot. Basically, the only poses you can get him into would be like the gun across the chest. You're not going to get him into any like wide stances or any dynamic poses. But I feel like that's kind of accurate with this figure, since it's basically Batman in a walking tank suit. I can kind of understand why there's not a whole lot of articulation of this figure. I don't feel like there needs to be. I think with this figure, it's more about that armored suit and just kind of the really capturing the bulky, just massive, like kind of tank that Batman was in these scenes in this film. So once again, that is going to do it for me tonight. I want to thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It means a lot to me that you guys watch them. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this figure, the normal version of the armored Batman from Hot Toys. Let me know what you guys thought of Batman v Superman in general. I wasn't the biggest fan, even though I really liked the design and the portrayal of Batman in the film. I thought that was the best parts. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of the future content, including a couple more Hot Toys reviews I'm actually editing right now. And I hope to have those up here in the next couple days, as well as my top 5 figures of 2016. So once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for checking out these videos, and that's going to do it for me tonight. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.